so people don't know that there was 2 days with the musicians, with just the 5 like core musicians.
Yeah.
It's Thor, Greg, Shazad, Ray McMurray on guitar, and myself. And then we brought in, or I think Laraaji and Arji might have come in on like the before the string players, like the day before they came in, like the 3rd day. I think they made, because then Anthony and Hari Prakash came in on gong,
right?
And then Laraaji, when Laraaji was in, everyone was playing. You were playing on Laraaji. There's this track on Laraaji. Do you remember when you were playing that giant kick bass drum?
Yeah.
I have, that's like a huge like sound on this one track, and
cool.
I remember that track. Everyone kind of came out of the control room, and then everyone was just playing. You know,
yeah,
and that happened actually several times, I think, or a few times at least, right?
Yeah. Like I definitely started sneaking in there as early as I could. It's, you know, gotta play a little bit. It was so great when they showed up too. It feels to me like it was at the end of the week.
No, it was in the middle.
But I don't think it was.
I think it was day 3 actually. I only know because I was editing it recently, and it's day 3 afternoon.
Okay.
Because then I think the string players might even have come in that night or the next morning. So we had the 5 people, and then the string players came in for 2 or 3 recording days.
Yeah.
2 full days. And so that was two violins, 2 cellos, 2 violins, flute.
And then actually at some point Geeta ends up playing. I don't think she was originally scheduled, right, to play.
She was scheduled at like we knew at the beginning that she was going to come in shortly before.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So there was 2 cellos. She was one of the other cellos, and then so it was essentially a string quartet, but I don't think anyone played viola. And then in flute, Alex Sopp on flute.
Right.
And then we also had a day where the dancers came in. Then we had 3 dancers come in. That's when it started to get pretty far out. And what were we talking about before that?
Well, I think we were talking about like working on things, picking a few things and sort of working them a little bit more, so that there was a contrast between the really free floating stuff and then more moments, you know, that might, I don't know from that standpoint whether or not that's an instinct I have in terms of a listener sort of like a thing, or if it's just to create a contrast. I mean, I think
it was a contrast.
You know,
I remember it like in your, at least the way you expressed it.
Yeah.
We had a lot of that other material. And I think you were thinking from the course of like a record. I don't know if we really realized that we had 3 records at that time. But it was a smart thing to do, because it did create a good contrast. I think you can really hear it, and like there's, you know, the flow of the tracks. Some of them are much more like pieces, and some of them are more like, you know, abstract ambient kind of soundscapes.